Good morning, participants. Uh, Today we have with us R.V. Kumar. Dr. R.V. Kumar is head Grassland and Silvipasture Management Division ICAR-IGFRI Jhansi UP. Sir is going to deliberate on sustainable forage and production from alternate land use system. Sir, you have the control and you may start the presentation. Hello, sir.
One minute.
Sure, sir. No problem. All the participants are requested to turn off their camera or be in a proper office environment because this session is being recorded.
Okay. I have joined.
Please, sir. Start, sir. We're all waiting.
Good morning to friends, all the dear participants. Today I am going to. Am I audible to all? Hello. Am I audible to all?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible as well as visible, and your presentation is also visible.
Okay. So today I am going to present on the sustainable forest production from alternate land use system. Actually, till now you must have gone through some of the use of the cultivated lands, but there are lot of lands which are uncultivable, barren, waste, gravelly, that cannot be used for the crop production, even for the cultivated fodder also. Then how we can use that type of land? That is a matter of question, and our institute IGFRI Jhansi has developed a lot of technology which can be used for such type of lands which are not suitable for cultivation for the cultivated fodder. So how best we can use means the alternative land use, means you have to use the land, and what are the technologies that can be used for that type of land. I am going to highlight these things during my present lecture. Now coming to what is the need for sustainable forest production. Already you will be seeing that when we compare from our 19th livestock census that took place in 2012 and coming to the 20th livestock census that held in 2019. So in the span of 7 years, you can see that there is an increase of 4.43% in the livestock population. Our livestock population has gone from, you can say that there is an increase of about 23 million population. So certainly if there is an increase in the population, certainly we have to go for the more fodder. But again question comes, where is the land? Land is there, but that is not quite suitable for taking our cultivated fodder. But fodder has to be given to our livestock. So certainly we have to see how best we can utilize these type of lands for the year-round fodder production. Now coming to the, most of the time we say that we are number in the milk production, but what is the per unit livestock productivity? Certainly production is one of the aspects, but you have to see the productivity also. Then when we see in India, our indigenous as well as the crossbred cows productivity is very, you can say the lower side when we compare from the USA, UK, that is the developed countries. So certainly, as we are having large number of livestock population, but certainly we have to increase the productivity also. Certainly, when we talk about the productivity, fodder availability is also one of the criteria. How we can improve our animal productivity. Fodder is also one of the important component for improving the animal productivity. Now coming to the current livestock and fodder scenario in India. All of us very well know that the livestock sector ensures year-round income, or you can say that is it is one of UK's insurance for our income and act as failure of whenever there is a failure of agriculture crops, it acts as an insurance. So livestock is one of the component for our you can say the rural families. 80% of the rural families dependent on livestock for livelihood, but livestock productivity is low. So this is the main concern. When we say that livestock productivity is low, then we have to see what are the reasons for the poor livestock productivity. First and foremost is the shortage of fodder, poor and inadequate nutrition. There is not only shortage of fodder, but in terms of the quality, there is also shortage because we are feeding poor quality. Hormonal imbalance, low productive breeds, these are the second aspects other than the fodder, disease and pest attacks. So certainly we have to address all these major concerns. But here I am going to address the shortage of fodder, poor and inadequate nutrition through alternate land use system. So at present, when we are seeing the situation, non-availability of adequate amount of quality fodder alone accounts for 50% of the total loss occurred in the productivity and growth rate of livestock. So this is the one component which is going to be contribute about a 50% total loss. So certainly we have to see how best we can able to compensate even 20% or 30% support in meeting out our fodder requirement. And India is facing about 35.6% green fodder deficit, 11% dry fodder deficit, and around 44% the concentrate deficit. So certainly these are the huge amount. And with the passage of time, as the number of our livestock is increasing, certainly we have to see the different aspects, how best we can utilize those aspects in meeting our fodder requirement. This is the current livestock and fodder scenario in India. When we see that with the passage of time, demand for the dry forage and grease forage has to be increased, certainly, but our land resources are same. I mean, you can say that that is the shrinking because there are a lot of uses for that land, and certainly fodder is not given as importance as we should. So certainly we have to see, as nowadays we cannot go for the horizontal expansion for fodder production, so we have to see the vertical expansion, how best we can utilize the vertical space available, as well as the in terms of the horizontal, the lands which is not suitable for the other purposes can best utilize for our fodder production. Whenever we are talking of the fodder resources, these are the common grazing lands, grasslands and forests, cultivated fodder, agroforestry, trees and shrubs, and crop residue. But here I will highlight common grazing lands, grassland and forest, agroforestry, trees and shrubs. Productivity and area under pasture and grazing lands resources are declining rapidly due to overgrazing. Certainly, if there will be more number, less land, certainly there will be the grazing pressure. If there will be overgrazing, certainly the productivity of that grazing land will decline over the period of time, and the time will come when there will be only grazing land, but there will be no any fodder there. So certainly we have to look that aspect. Land degradation, certainly if there will be overgrazing, then there will be land degradation because there will be no soil conservation, no water, the soil will be removed. Even you can say that the water will be, whatever water falling on that land, that will waste. So certainly climate change is another aspect, invasion of weeds, because whenever we are talking of the weeds means they are the plants which is not used by our livestock. So certainly their population is increasing. Cultivated fodder, you can say the nutritional fodder is decreasing, and unpalatable weeds are increasing, habitat fragmentation. So these are the regions, and only 5% of the total gross crop area in India is devoted to fodder crop cultivation. So this is the regarding the present scenario. So certainly we have to think the other aspects also. Now what are the reason for shortage of fodder in India? These are some of the reasons which I have highlighted. These are the degradation degrading grasslands and pastures, overgrazing, declining productivity of the fodder resources, forest, grasslands, shrinking of agricultural land and pastures, climate change and land degradation, and the less land given you can say that used for this fodder crop cultivation. So these are the reasons for shortage of fodder in India. But certainly all these reasons cannot be fulfilled, or you cannot, all these problems can be solved within you can say that 1 year, 2 years. So certainly whatever options available, how can best utilize these options in meeting the shortage, and you can say that how best we can reduce our shortage. Now coming to the sustainable fodder production is at most important. Whenever we are saying the sustainable fodder production means we have to provide the fodder for whole the years, not for only 3 or 4 months, because livestock has to be fed for whole the years. So whenever we are talking of the whole the years, means round the year supply of fodder to livestock. We have to see what are the components we have to take so that we can supply the fodder whole the year, not for the particular 3 months, 4 months, but for the 12 months. We have to see how best we can supply the fodder for whole the years with the minimum investment, with the minimum cost, and with the utilization of the multi-component and multi-tier system. As you can see that nowadays, as land is less available, so we are going for the multi-storage building. So when that is the concept of the multi-storage building, certainly in these aspects also there is the multi-tier cropping system using the vertical space. So we have go for the multi-tier system as we are going for the human being for the multi-story buildings. Quality nutritious fodder production. We have to see whatever we are going to feed, how much it is. Hello?
Nothing, sir. Continue.
Just we have to see how much, whatever we are going to provide, how much crude protein is there, how much other nutritional component is also there. So we have to see the nutritional composition also, not only for the biomass, but we have to see the nutritional composition also, and adequate amount of the certainly fodder production. Production is certainly there should be biomass should be there, but that biomass should be palatable, that biomass should be nutritious. So we have to add the 2-3 components. If we are going for the one component that is giving the high biomass, so certainly we have to use another component which are having the high crude protein also. So we have to grow and from such natural area that we can having the components of the biomass as well as the nutrition also. These are the challenges whenever we are talking of the round the year, we are talking of the nutritionally rich fodder. So there are certain challenges, and challenges are the shrinking agricultural lands. More area under agriculture land cannot be devoted for fodder production. This is the reality, and you cannot deny this reality, because we have to also feed the 130 crore population of the million population of our Indian condition. So certainly that large population has to be fed, and certainly we have to give the priority also. Declining productivity of the land with the passage of time, the productivity is also increasing, and we have to maintain the sustainable production of the land, and lack of awareness among farmers, livestock keepers regarding importance of quality fodder in sustaining livestock productivity. Still, they are not well aware that what is the importance of the crude protein in our fodder, what is the importance of the you can say that NDF factor, ADF factor. So these aspects also we have to see. Crude fiber. So we have to see. We have to educate the farmers. We have livestock growers that what to feed, how much to feed, when to feed, and so these are the conditions we have to educate our farmers. Simply not filling the belly, but what type of fodder we should feed to the farmers, so that even not giving the high amount but balanced amount feed is also required. And lack of proper policy focusing on the grassland management and fodder production. Still, we are not having, you can say, the given you can say the frame policy. What should be the policy? regarding the grassland? What should be the policy regarding the common property resources? So certainly there should be a strict guidelines that if in any village we are having 5 hectares of land, 5 acres of land, how best we can utilize these type of lands for the livestock growers of that area. So certainly we have to develop some of the policy, how we can rejuvenate the grassland, how best we can use the burned area, how can best we can use some of the lands which are not at present being used for any purpose, that can be used for the fodder production. So now coming to the possible solutions. What are the possible solutions for sustainable forest production? When we are talking of the possible solutions, then as already I told you that we have to see what are the alternate land use system through non-cultivated lands for fodder production. So we have to see that how we can use our wastelands, grasslands, degraded areas, common property resources, fallow lands, barren lands. So these are our scope, and we have to see how best we can utilize these type of lands and in a sustainable manner, in a real scientific manner, so that we can use these type of lands for meeting out the fodder resources. So certainly we will discuss some of these aspects. This is the slide I want to share. This is the land use in India. This is the forest area, about 71.71 million hectare. Non-agricultural uses land, 26 million hectare. Barren and uncultivable land, around 17 million hectare. Cultivable wasteland, around 13 million hectare. Permanent pastures, only 10.26 million hectare. That is only 3.12%. So you can see how less this is the area, permanent pastures. Certainly only 3.12%. And even this 10 million hectare, the productivity of these type of grassland is very low, 0.52, you can say the million ton of the dry matter. So productivity is very low. So we have to go for how best we can rejuvenate these type of land, miscellaneous tree crops area, fallow land, agricultural lands. So certainly there are we have to take some of the lands from these areas, and we have to go for the scientific multi-component, multi-tier system, so that the land which is not being used, barren and uncultivable lands, cultivable wastelands, so non-agriculture use for non-agriculture uses, we have to use these type of lands so that at least we can meet out the 10 to 15% of the shortage through these type of approaches. When we are talking of the world share, we are having only the 2.4% of the land. When we compare from the world share, only 4% of water, but we are harboring around 16% human population and 15% livestock. So with this much of natural resources, only 2.4% of land and 4% of water, we have to feed, and you have to give the shelter of the 16% human and 15% livestock. So certainly we have to use component-wise productivity per unit production. We have to increase, whether it is land, whether it is water, whether it is the natural resources. We have to increase the per unit production, means you have to increase the productivity in all the aspects. Now coming to the forage production from non-cultivated land. So here I want to see that the utilization of degraded lands, wastelands, grasslands, community land for establishing for the tree, for the shrubs, for the grasses. Whenever we are talking of the multi-tier system, we can have below tier, we can have the grasses and legumes. Next tier, we can have the shrubs, and again we can have the tree. So certainly from same piece of land, we can have the three-tier system. One tier, first tier will be the grasses and legumes. Above that, we will have the shrubs, and above that, we will have the tree. So certainly we can use the vertical space available. If we are having these three types of components from same piece of land, we are having the three-tier system, and for certain months, we can use the first tier grasses and legumes. For certain period, we can use for the shrubs, and for certain period for the tree. And if you having the combination of these three-tier system, then certainly we can able to have the fodder for whole the years. And even these type of systems can be established our non-cultivable land. We are not talking of the land which is given for the crop production, which is given for the human beings uses. So certainly we have to use the lands which is not being used for the other purposes. So we can establish our the multi-tier system, and just then this is the one of the alternate land use system. Utilization of interspecies of established orchard and plantation crops. At present, we are having large areas under the orchards. We have established the orchard at the spacing of 6 by 6 meter, or you can say 8 by 8 meter, but we are not utilizing the interspecies. We are having the conception that nothing will grow under these spaces, but there are a lot of choices. When we go for the guinea grasses, that can grow very well and that can give biomass, even for, you can say, in 40 ton, 50 ton, 60 ton per hectare, even under the shade, 40, 60 ton green matter you can have, even the established orchards. So what is the advantage of the having the grasses under the orchards? So even whenever there will be rain, so that rain will go, not your land, soil will be not removed. Whatever rain you receive, that land, that will go inside the your land, and ultimately it will be utilized by the fruit crop also. So you are also utilizing the water, as well as you are also conserving soil also. So that is also one of the aspects, and your food production will also increase. Another aspect is the forage of bunds. Whatever bunds we are having available, that can be also utilized. You can utilize our bunds. Fodder banks, we can make the fodder banks, and these type of banks, high nutritious fodder banks, we can prepare and we can use it for our the crop residue, which are not used in terms of the nutritional. So we can use the fodder banks. We can have the horticulture system. We can have the silvipasture system. Fodder trees on grassland and pasture. We can develop grassland, multi-tier, multi-component systems. Fodder trees, such as soil conservation hedges, also on the terraces, on the hilly slopes. We can use the trees and grasses that can also conserve our soil, but as well as also give the fodders. So we have to choose the what are the suitable species, what are the suitable trees, what are the suitable legumes. On that basis, we can go for the plantation of the multi-tier system. Now coming to the silvipasture, this is the one of the component I am going to highlight, that the sustainable forest production from alternate land use system. Silvipasture. What is silvipasture? You can see trees, one of the component, grasses another component, and animals is another component. So we have to grow in such a manner, tree and grass.
Sorry to stop you. Sir. Can you go to the meet window and resume presenting? On meet window, where you saw my face, at the bottom of the screen, you would say resume presenting. Somebody accidentally started presentation on their own, so your presentation got stopped.
So from where we have to go? Resume is, you have to, this is
nothing. You go to the meet window where you saw my face. At the bottom, you will have resume presenting. Where you had present now, you would have resume present.
It is not coming. Resume, yeah, okay. Then resume presenting.
Yeah, click on it. Can you move to the next slide or previous slide?
Here it is coming. You are presenting to every. Achha. Stop presenting is coming. Stop presenting.
Can you stop?
Now I have stopped presentation. Then present now. I can go for the present now window. Then is it visible or not? Hello?
Yes, sir, it is coming.
Now it is coming now?
Yeah, it is there.
Now can I start? Hello?
Yes, sir, presentation is here.
Now we can start from here now?
Yes, sir, okay.
Suhail?
Good morning, sir. Yes, sir. You can start now.
Okay, okay. Now coming to the silvipasture, here we are having the multiple component, trees, grasses, and animals. Certainly, whatever we are growing, certainly that is for the animal. So animal is one of the component in our all systems. Here, yes, what are the scopes? We are having the cultivable wastelands around 13 million hectare, permanent pasture and grazing lands around 10.26 million hectare, and barren and uncultivable lands around 17 million hectares. So certainly, when we take these type of lands, certainly we are going to solve a lot of problem of our fodder issues. So these are the aspects we have to take care. And then when we see that what are the benefits of the silvipasture system, whenever we are talking of the component, already I have mentioned. So what are the components? But what are the benefits? If anybody asks that if you are going for the silvipasture, even in the non-arable lands, so certainly enhanced livestock productivity in terms of the nutrition and mineral supply, round the year fodder. When you are having the nutritional and mineral supply and round the year fodder, certainly there will be less disease, pest and hormonal imbalance issues, and certainly this enhanced production will lead to the enhanced livestock productivity. And on the other hand, we are going to restore the degraded land. Whatever degraded land, you can say the wasteland, that wasteland can be converted into best land, because we are going to add the organic matter also. So when you are going to add organic matter in the terms of the leaf litter fall and the decay of the grasses, certainly your organic component of the soil is also going to increase. So in the passage of time over 10 years, 20 years, your productivity of the soil is also increased. That soil, that land is also giving the fodder, but simultaneously that is increasing the organic matter content of the soil also. So enhance soil organic carbon, soil and water conservation, and improve nutritive cycling and microbial properties. Certainly, if you are having the large number of the trees, grasses, certainly microbial population will be enhanced. If you will increase the, so in the another term, you are going to increase the biodiversity also. So certainly, from one aspect, you are going to have this soil and water conservation, you are going to enhance the soil organic carbon, or certainly you are going to have in the nutrient cycling, ultimately improve land productivity. And also, these are the tangible benefits, but there are the non-tangible benefits also that is not visible. Certainly, these are non-tangible benefits are in terms of the reduced methane emission from livestock, atmospheric carbon dioxide sequestration. So these are the eco-restoration. You are also going to you are working for the eco-restoration also, and that is not doing anything. You are going for the simply silvipasture establishment, but indirectly you are serving for the eco-restoration also. So these are the multiple.
Engineers improve.
Hello?
Nothing, sir. Please continue.
So you are going to have the multiple benefits of the silvipasture system. Now coming to the, what are the options, what are the suitable trees and pasture species for the different zone, or you can say the different states. So these are the one of the important aspects. If anyone asks, what are the suitable grasses, what are the suitable legumes for our zone, in broader term zone, and narrower term you can say the states. So like Jammu and Kashmir, this is the Lolium, Dactylis. So these are some of the important grass species. Medicago, these are the legume species suitable for the Jammu and Kashmir. When we talk of the Uttar Pradesh, there are important grass species, Cenchrus ciliaris, Cenchrus setigerus, Panicum, Chrysopogon. So these are the common grass species, but you have to know that which type of grasses we have to grow for the establishment of grassland, silvipasture, even in the orchards. These are the legumes, Stylosanthes, Clitoria, Desmanthus. So these are the important species. So certainly you have to know that what type of the grasses are suitable for our condition, in our climatic condition. What are the species like Punjab, Haryana, Delhi, Himachal Pradesh? The species of Cenchrus ciliaris, Panicum, Heteropogon, Bracharia. So these are the common species, but this should be known to you also. Stylo, again Clitoria. Now East zone, coming to the East zone, these are the species suitable for our this North zone. East zone, Bihar, Odisha, Jharkhand and West Bengal. Penicitum pedicillatum, that is Dinanath grass. One of the important grass that grows very well And even in the forest area, the coverage of the Diranas grass is very good. So you should know that if anybody asks that we have to grow grasses in our Bihar, Odisha, Jharkhand and West Bengal countries, certainly you can recommend. So these are the grasses and you have to go for these grasses: Penicitum, Panicum, Heteropogon, Dichanthium annulatum. One of the important crop, Dichanthium annulatum. Very well grown nowadays, greater demand of the Dichanthium annulatum. Now coming to the legumes, whenever you are going for the grass, certainly you have to go for the legume also, because the grasses are less proteinous and but having larger biomass. Legume are more proteinous, even 12 to 14% proteins. So mixture of this grass and legumes will going to the increase the nutritional aspect, as well as this legume component also going for the nitrogen fixation, or you can say the nodulation in the our soil also. So this grass and legume combination is must. So also these are the other for central zone, Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. These are the important grass species. So certainly whenever if any participant from the any states, he can go through these type of the informations available, and he can recommend, like Rajasthan, Sewan grass. This I want to highlight this Leguminous indicus. This is the one of the important grass for the Rajasthan. And if you are not knowing about this Leguminous indicus, it means you are not knowing anything about the grass suitability for the Rajasthan. This is the very much suitable for the this you can say desert area. Even 150 and 200 millimeter of rainfall is very much suitable for this Sewan grass. And other grasses will not grow in that lesser amount of water, but the Sewan grass grows well. So certainly we have to know about this type of grasses. So these are the specific grasses: Maharashtra, Bracharia species, Cenchrus, Panicum, and these are the some of the legumes. South zone, certainly Bracharia, Cenchrus, Panicum. So these are the some of the grass species, and these are the legume species. Now coming to the broader aspect, whatever I have shown, that was for the each states and zones. But even these are the some of the grasses suitable for the climatic condition basis. On climatic condition basis, we can recommend some of the grasses. If you are talking about the hot arid deserts, again this is the Leguminous indicus, that is Sewan grass, which we are talking of the this Rajasthan. This is the for hot arid deserts. These are the some of the important grasses. Broadly, we have categorized on the basis of the climatic condition: Leguminous, Cenchrus ciliaris, Cenchrus setigerus, Etilosia, Clitoria. These are the legumes. For semi-arid regions, the Chrysopogon, Sehima, Cenchrus, Dichanthium, Panicum, and then Stylosynthis, Lablab. These are the legumes. For even for the problematic soil, if anyone asks that we are having the soil, but that is the saline and sodic, why we should go? Is there any grass for the saline and sodic soil? Certainly, there are the grasses that are suitable for the saline and acidic soils. That is the Bracharia, Mutica, Orthichlora, Chloris, Guyana, Cynodon dactylon. That is not fodder grass, but they do Paspalum. So these are the some of the grasses suitable for the saline and sodic soils. Legumes: Artriplex, Brincosia, Desmenthus, Clitoria. Even ravine belts, ravines, they are larger area. They are ravines area. But people ask that in ravines area any grass can grow. Certainly, we can go for the Cenchrus ciliaris, Cenchrus setigerus, Penicitum, Dichanthium. These are the some of the legumes: Etilosia, Lyscarpus, Stylosynthis. Even for the swampy and wetlands, we can go for the Bracharia, Isilima. Even for the river beds, we are having the grasses: Dichanthium, Eulopsis, Penicitum, and cultivable wastelands. So cultivable wastelands, there are a lot of grasses: Cenchrus, Chrysopon, Dichanthium, Penicitum. So here I have given the information even for the climatic condition, even for the extreme, you can say that the problematic soils. We have the choice of the grasses and legumes, and we can recommend some. These are the more common grasses, and we can have the accessibility of these grasses from the different sources, whether it is from the IGFRI regional stations, and some of the central government agencies also. They are their central farms also having these type of the grasses. You can, in some cases you go for the seeds, in some cases you go for this the rooted slips. And again, there are also the list of the fodder trees. What are the suitable fodder trees? Till now I was talking about what are the suitable grasses and species. Now coming to the what are the suitable fodder trees, because the fodder trees are highly nutritious and that can be used when there is a no fodder is available during the lean period, during the extreme winter condition, or you can say that the before the monsoon season, from you can say that from January, February to May, there is no another grasses, no another fodder. In that time, you can use these fodder tree. Simply, you can lop the tree, and you can at least 50%, 60% lopping, and you can get the fodder tree even 8, 10 kg, 12 kg per tree. That is the highly nutritious and distributed to the animals. Again, next year, same amount of the, because they had the, we have to select the tree which have the good regeneration ability. Means we have to select the plant when there is a no fodder. For that fodder tree should have the leaves. So at that time, so we have selection of the fodder trees also important. So when we are talking of our Jammu and Kashmir, Boras, Robinia, Salix, Populus, Acacia, Albigia, Grevia. So these are the species for the Jammu and Kashmir, Uttar Pradesh, Acacia, Albigia, Ficus, Bohemia, Lucina, Azedricta, Dalvergia. Lot of our fodder trees are available, and just we can use for this as a fodder purpose also. Punjab, Haryana, we have the choices of the Acacia, Albigia, Ficus, Lucina. So there are a lot of fodder trees. Simply you should disseminate this idea to the end users that if you are going for the selection of the tree, you must go for these trees. It will serve the, you will get the timber value also, but side by side you will get also the fodder tree, also fodder from this plant also. So you are giving, these are the multi-purpose tree species. This is not only for the timber, you are also getting the fodder also. Similarly, Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Northeast Zone, Acacia, another species Auriculaformis, Albigia, Lebec, Dalvergia, Sistu, Ficus, Melina arborea. So there are a lot of fodder trees available. I have listed some of the important fodder trees. Again, forest zone, Acacia, Dalvergia, Ficus, Azedricta, Moringa. Moringa nowadays, Moringa is very much discussed because the Moringa is very much grown in the, you can say that the humid area, and it needs irrigation. But if you are going for the Moringa, in 1 year at least you can go for, get, you can say the 100 ton. You can say that the Moringa from 1 hectare of land. We can have the Moringa, multi-cut Moringa, and we are also growing in our area. Even for 45 days, 50 days interval, you get Moringa, and you get enough amount of this biomass from Moringa, Gliricidia, Morus, Elenthus, Sesbania. So these are some of the species for the east zone. Even for the central zone, Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, Bohemia, Acacia, Albigia. Some of the species of Acacia is very much suitable for the different zones. Like Albigia, Albigia has a different species, Albigia lebec, Albigia amera, Albigia procera. So there are the different species of Albigia. But as per the suitability, we can go, in some states we can go for the Albigia amara, some states we can go for the Albigia lebec, some states we can go for the procera. So these are the some of the species like West Zone, Rajasthan. These are the Prosopis cinerea. That is one of the important tree. That is lifeline of this Rajasthan. Prosopis cinerea, that is called khejri. Very much important crop tree, fodder tree for the Rajasthan, and most of the farmers. You can say that more than 90% of farmers are having at least a few trees of the Prosopis in their farm. Elenthus excelsa, Ardu, that is also one of the softwood plant, very fast growing, and that very much suitable for growing on the boundary. This is the very fast growing, and they're having the softwood. So this has the industrial uses also, as well as the fodder purposes also. Leucinia subobul is very much known to us. So these are the list of the some of the trees for our Rajasthan, Gujarat, Goa. For Maharashtra, we are having again a number of the species. South zone, we are having the Gliricidia, Ficus, Moringa, Acacia, Azedricta. So these are the list of the fodder trees suitable for as per your the zone, as per your the state. Now coming to the, these are just we have to simplify some of the fodder trees and period of availability. Just you should know that what are the fodder trees. These are some of the common fodder trees, and what by which time we can able to have their leaf fodder. So just we have mentioned Acacia nilotica, May to February, Acacia tortilis, Elenthus excelsa, Alvegia amara, Alvegia lebec, Alvegia procera. So these are the some of the fodder when it is available. Even some in some cases their pod can be also used for the fodder purpose also. So if you will know that these are the time when we can use the fodder from this type of region. Some of the Gigipas throughout the year. So throughout the year, Prosopis throughout the year. So these are the some of the species which can be used throughout the year as per your need. If you are not having this fodder for 10 to 15 days, then you can use this tree fodder and mix with your you can say the residues, and it can be used. You cannot go for the 100% feeding. You can use 30% of this fodder tree can mix with the another source of the fodder or your residues. So just I have highlighted what are the qualitative aspects. Whenever we are talking, now we are at present we are talking of the biomass. Now, but foliage quality trait of some of the important fodder trees. You can see the crude protein. This is one of the important content. This is rising from even 12-13% to even 27-28%. In most of the cases, it is more than 10%. You can say more than 12%. So Lucina 24%, Alvegia 15%, Sesbania 25%, Mora salva, this is 15% to 27%. So you can see that how much crude protein each of our fodder trees having, and this crude protein is very much required when we are talking of the nutritional fodder and nutritional balance. This is the crude fiber content of the different trees, ether extract, that is the NDF as content, even some of the micronutrients, that calcium, phosphorus, so other minerals we are talking of the other minerals in a state of you can say the in addition to the crude protein, crude fiber, these are also rich in the calcium and phosphorus. So these are also supplementing. Sometimes these calcium, phosphorus are being supplemented with the minerals which we purchase from the market. But when you are going to use these fodder trees, you are also supplementing your residue with calcium, phosphorus also. So you are going to supplement not only crude protein, crude fiber, but you are also going to supplement another minerals aspects also, that is calcium, phosphorus. So these are some of the important aspects of the fodder trees. Now this is one of the important experiment we have done when we are talking of the alternate land use system. Means the land which is not suitable for this purpose. You can see these are the land. This is called locally rakar, means coarse and gravelly textured soil. These are the lands we are having that IGFRI Jhansi. Just I want to show that how this type of lands can be converted into the, you can say that multi-tier system, well established our Silvipasture system. This is the organic content, this is the NPK availability. So just you can see that earlier the land condition was like this, and now what we have done, we have taken the 4 different types of trees, that is the Ficus infractoria pakar, Madhuka latrifolia, that is the mahua, Mura salva, that is the saitut, and Acacia nilotica, desi babul. We have taken the 4 trees, we have taken 3 shrubs, Moringa oleifera sahajam, Sesbania, that is sanai, and Lucina leucosophila subabul. So we have taken 4 trees, we have taken 3 shrubs, we have taken 3 grasses, Chrysopogon fulvus, Cenchrus ciliaris, Panicum maximum, that is the Guinea, this is the Anjan, and we have taken 2 legumes, Clitoria ternatia and Stylocenthis sebrana. So we have taken 4 trees, we have taken 3 shrubs, we have taken 3 grasses, and we have taken 2 legumes. And this whole experiment was established in the 7.56 hectare, approximately 8 hectare. This was not a simple 1 hectare experiment or 2 hectare experiment. We are having 21 plots, and each plot size is 60 by 60 meter. Tree distance is 5 by 5 meter, shrub 5 by 2 meter, and grasses 50 centimeters. So we are having this 5 by 5 meter because we can go for the tractor operation, sowing by with tractor, harvesting by tractor, loading, unloading, everything by tractor. So we have taken this aspect. At least in shrubs 5 by 2 meter, at least we can go for the row, not within row, but between row we can go move our tractors. So these are the some of the important aspects for the development of silvipasture system. Certainly land preparation, mechanical digging, line sowing, broadcasting, and when on that land, which were earlier this was like this, and after 3 to 4 years, that land has been converted into these type of lands. You can see how best with the simple operations we can convert our degraded land to our the highly productive. You can see this silvipasture system. So these are the different silvipasture system. This is the Pakar based. This is the acacia based. This one. This is the another mulberry based. So these are the established silvipasture system. So after 2-3 years, we can develop and we can able to get at least 30 to 50 ton green fodder per hectare per year. So this type of green matter we are harvesting from this degraded land, that is gravelly land. So these our technologies having the great potential. Just there is a need to utilize this potential so that we can convert our degraded land into the, you can say that fodder production land. Simply also from that land we are harvesting through machine, we are harvesting, and through machine we are using. So everything is being done with the help of machine, because these type of lands, this type of technology can very well, you can say, the implemented if we are having the 2 hectare, 3 hectare, even we are having the common property resources. If the state government having the larger area but they are not being utilized, so certainly these type of lands can best utilize in this way. So certainly I have shown one experiment, and that is very much established in our field at present, and we are, that is on that basis we have got that you can say the consultancy for establishment of grassland and silvipasture system in different states. Particularly last year we have got the consultancy for the Madhya Pradesh state, and these are not consultancy. This year we have got the we have signed MAU with the different agencies of our forest department. Even we are going for the having the MAU with the Art of Living, that is Bangalore. Even we are working with the Patanjali and some of the other state government also. So they have seen our this technology, how best that can be utilized. So these are the systems of the some of the photographs. These are the acacia based silvipasture system. Just on that land I have shown it. These are the ficus based silvipasture. You can say that how best we are every year we lob this pakar tree, and we are getting around 10 to 12 kg of the you can say that leaves, green biomass in the term of the leaves. And again next year again same biomass is coming, and you can see the growth of the grasses, how that proliferated the proliferation is the grass growth. Certainly we are getting 40 to 50 ton of the biomass from this type of land. These are the another experiment being conducted with the Hardwickia Vinata based silvipasture system, and we are also going for the grazing also. We are allowing the sheep and goats, so the small ruminants can go, and that can be based on the carrying capacity, and still we are utilizing it for the grazing purposes. So because the sheep uses the you can say the grazing, and our goat for the browsing. So these two types of, they are the different natures, sheep and goats, and both are being utilized for this grazing purpose also. Now coming to the, when we see that around the year fodder production, from our experiments, we have just taken the samples that how we can make available the fodder around the year, because we are talking of the fodder availability from 3-tier silvipasture system from around the year. From grasses, we can produce our fodder from July to December. We will provide from grass and legume component from the month of July to December, means after start of the monsoon season up to December we can provide the green fodder. And even March, April, during March, April, we can allow for the grazing also, because if you are having the 1 or 2 cuttings, still there certain biomass is available, and that biomass can be used as in terms of the grazing also, because that is not suitable for the harvesting, but whatever leftover material is available in the field, that can be used for the grazing also. From then 64% of the biomass component, when we split our 100% into the different components. From grass component we are going to get the 60% of biomass. From shrub component we are going to get the biomass up to 50%, and month it is from February to April. February to April, we are going to get the biomass from the shrub and from tree from January to June, as per our availability, as per our requirement. If our fodder is not available during some period for June, we can use. If that is not available for the 10-15 days for the month of February, so as per our need, we can use also tree for the green biomass, and we can use from January to June. So you can see that from these three components, we are going to take round the year fodder production from the non-cultivable land, the land not suitable for the cultivation. Now we can say that what is the best time to start grazing? So best time to start grazing, that is I want to say that is the before flowering and seeding. You can see this is the best time when we are having the less vegetative growth, and but that should not come into the flowering stage. So that is the best time. So grass quality, and this is the best time for the grass quality as well as the grass yield also. So this is the time when we have to go for this, allow for grazing, and even you have to go for the this is the harvesting. So this is the time before flowering and seeding. We have to go for this, whether it is for grazing and whether it is for the biomass harvesting. So this is the best time for using our Silvipasture grassland system for having the biomass. Now also, whenever we are talking of the uncultivated land, and whenever you are talking of the gravel soils and wasteland, degraded land, certainly we are not having the irrigation facility, because we have to have the minimum expenses, and we have to use the natural resources. So certainly we have developed some of the institute water harvestation, water conservation, and that is highly recommended whenever you are advocating for the establishment of the grassland. So these are the simple structure of grassland. This is the silpoline material, or simply you can say this is the one of the polythene like. Silpoline is the one of the polythene like structure, and the size of this structure is simply 5 into 4, 1.5 meter, 5 meter length, 4 meter width, and 1.5 meter depth. So capacity is 30 cubic meter, and this simple structure can store 30,000 liters of water. So this simple storage is costing around 5,000, 6,000 rupees, and once established, it can be used for the next 5 years, 6 years, even more. And simply you have to dug this earth, you have dug and simply place this structure. So simply 5,000, 6,000 rupees cost, and you can store 30,000 liters of water, and this water can be used during the establishment phase of our trees, even during the fruiting time of the orchards. So you can use these type of structures in your established grassland, silvipasture, and that can be used at the time of the need when you are having no water. This amount of water can be utilized. So these structures supports our irrigation facility system, and with the minimal cost. So these are one of the important aspects you have to go whenever you are recommending for the silvipasture, hortipasture, or grassland. Now coming to the certain aspects of the hortipasture system. Just I was talking of the grassland and the silvipasture, hortipasture system. You are going from the grass production from the orchards and enhance quality fruit and fodder production. Whenever hortipasture we are talking, hortipasture you are getting the fruit component also, and that can be used for your enhancing your economy also. And other than the fruit, you are also getting the grasses, and that can be used for the animal component also. So hortipasture system can be best utilized as the alternate land use system. At present, we are having that 65 lakh hectare area under the fruit crops, and around 37 lakh hectare area under plantation crops. So these are the scopes. So certainly we can use these areas, which is already we are having under the fruit crops and plantation crops, for utilization of growing of our grasses in the interspaces of these orchard crops. If even we use the 50% of the total existing orchards and 50% area under each orchards, so we can have this amount of the estimated fodder production. So it is around 4 crore tons of this green fodder, fruit orchards, plantation. There are around 2 crores green tons from the plantation crops. Even we can use, if the 50% of the existing orchards, then we can use these huge amount of the fodders. So this is the one of the important aspect. Certainly, this is the, you can see the picture of the Amla based horticulture system. In between the rows of the Amla, we can have this amount of the grass production. This is the guava based horticulture system. We are getting the guava, but side by side we are getting also the biomass from the grass component without any additional cost. So average green fodder yield is around 25 tons per hectare. This is the average. It goes from 30 to 50 tons, and dry fodder yield 5 tons per hectare. So certainly this is the average, but if it is well managed means that properly it is being taken care, it is being harvested on the time. Certainly we can go up to the 30 to 50 tons per hectare. So this is the one of the photographs. Even in our field, we are having this the Amla based horticulture system. You can have the lush green Amla plantation. We can having the 60, 70, 80 kgs of the Amla per plant. Per plant we can having this Amla, and we can use the interspecies of this Amla, and even we can go for the dry fodder up to 7.4 ton, means we can have the 25 to 30 ton green fodder from these type of lands. So you can having the Amla fruiting, as well as we can have this Synchra we have grown, and you can get the additional grass yield. So certainly this is the value addition. Value addition is the orchards. So certainly we have to go for the value addition of the land. Firstly, we have to go to value addition of the your degraded land, wasteland, by establishing this silvipasture, hortipasture. Again, we have to value addition of your hortipasture by growing these type of grasses. This is the mango-based hortipasture system. These are the photographs of the south in our Dharwad center. They are having this Alfonso variety of the mango, and you can, in between the mango, they have gone for the Bracharia ruginensis. So we are getting this 25 ton per hectare of the green fodder. So already they were taking this mango, but now they have started taking of the Bracharia ruginensis in between the species of the mango also. So certainly you are going to add the another component, and thus you are going to have the 25 tons of the green fodder without any additional cost. This is the interspace utilization in guava. Already I have shown the photographs. How you can say that the lush green growth of this same Synchra species and Stylosynthis hemata, and by growing this grass component, we are also taking the more advantages of the rain water, because there is no flow of the rainwater until unless it is heavy rain. Whatever rain we are receiving, that is going inside the field and ultimately being utilized by the deep-rooted fruit crops. Certainly, in the initial stage, we can also go for some of our grain crops also. In the beginning, 4 or 5 years, we can go for the even fodder as well as the fruit fodder combination also, and you can utilize this combination. Or we can go for the one season, we can go for this fodder, and one season we can go for the fruit crop also. Now even we can have the scope of the fodder banks. Now we can have the block of fodder trees, shrubs and legumes crops planted at close spacing to meet out fodder shortage in lean period, dry period, via producing high fodder. Now coming to what are the scope for fodder banks in India? We are having the cultivable wastelands, 12.86 million hectare, barren and uncultivated land around 17 million hectare. So we can use this mulberry fodder bank with density of 49,000 plants per hectare in humid tropics. So this is the one of the example of Kerala have been reported to produce around 33 ton per hectare dry fodder by following 12 weeks cutting interval. So these are the important, just I have shown some of the examples how this type of fodder banks can also be used, and that can enhance the protein content about the fodder components. Even we can go for the agri-silvipasture component. If we are having certain good soil, we can go for the agriculture component also. Then in agri-silvipasture, we are having this tree component, we are having the grass component, and we can have some of the food grain crop also. So these are the some of the examples. So this is the Leucina leucopela, Melina arbora, or Albizia procera as a tree, Guinea grass and as a this grasses, and cowpea plus field pea variety as a, you can say that the grain crops. So we can also adopt our the agri-silvipasture system also. Fodder on bunds, this is also one of the important aspects. Grass production from poultry on bunds, soil and water conservation. So this is going to also providing the fodder as well as the going to help the soil and water conservation if you are going fodder on bunds. The perennial fodder crops may be Guinea grasses, Bajra, Napier hybrids, trees may be Sesmania, Gliricidia, Sapium, based on the suitability of the locations, based on the suitability of the zone. And we can have the fodder yield, we can 1.75 to 2 kg green fodder per meter. When we are converting that, if we are going the fodder grasses on bunds, we can have around to 2.2 to 2.5 kg green fodder per meter on the bund. And if you are taking the 4 cuttings from bunds, we can have the 7 to 11 quintal green fodder per 100 meter of bunds. And even from trees, 1 to 2.20 dry fodder per running kilometer. So these are the additional advantages. So certainly we have to use the lands which are not being used at present, and we have to take into consideration these type of lands. So this will be the best alternate land use system. So when we are talking of the sustainable fodder production, these fodder trees and shrubs on grassland pasture giving the quality forest supply to livestock, improvement in productivity of Indian grassland pastures, enhance carbon sequestration potential of Indian grassland pastures, ultimately soil and water conservation, reduction in soil erosion, biodiversity conservation. So scope is you are having 10.25 million hectare of area under permanent pastures and grassland, but their productivity has been declined drastically. So zone-wise suitable tree and shrubs can be integrated in a scattered systematic manner on grassland of India. I have written a scattered, if you are not having the lands in the very systematic way, even you go for the some of the grasses, even you go for the some of the trees. So these are the some of the aspects you can well take care whenever you are talking of the alternate land use system. So certainly these are the benefits of the forest-based alternative land use system. You are going to soil and water conservation, carbon dioxide sequestration, high economic returns, restoration of degraded lands, biodiversity conservation, multiple products, enhanced livestock productivity, and ultimately round the year support of the nutritious fodder. So you are giving round the year supply of nutritious fodder as the tangible benefits, but most of the unseen advantages, untangible benefits, you are also harboring by going for this alternate land use systems. So at the last, we can say that the sustaining round the year quality fodder forest supply for livestock is the most important to enhance their productivity. Alternate lands like wastelands, barren lands, and grasslands in India can be utilized for establishing tree-based forest systems for sustaining quality fodder supply to livestock sector. Tree-based alternate land use systems are also capable of reclaiming degraded lands and providing other tangible and non-tangible benefits. Establishing cost of this system is very low, and there is need to focus on establishing such forest-based land use systems on alternate lands in India for sustaining fodder supply. So thanks to every participants for listening to me. And if there is any query, if there is any questions, I will try my best.